Hey guys, here's my second, is it episode or something, on my YouTube channel. I couldn't wait like a week. I just really want to get things rolling, but I'm trying to not post every other day. Because like I said, I want to be able to drag things out. Otherwise you're gonna have the whole story in like a day. So this video is on my laptop webcam, and I'm seeing that it's not great clarity. So maybe I'll use my phone from now on. Anyway, so I just kind of left the last video at why I'm here, what I want to kind of talk about. It was pretty vague though, and that's the point. So I guess, I said it was going to be kind of slow at first, but to stick it out. So obviously, basically, it's about my life. A lot of you know, and a lot of you don't know. To kind of capture it all, I kind of want to start from the beginning, and that's from before I'm even born. And I know very little about that, so that'll probably be pretty quick. So, my mother, my birth mother, her name was Judy Meserve. It's Judy Whittemore now. And my birth dad, Roy Willie, they met, I don't know, I think my mom was like 16 or 17 maybe. And I think they met in Hardwick, Vermont. Before that, I know that my mom was an only child. Her mom, my Nana, had polio since she was a kid, so she's always been paralyzed as long as I have been born, in a wheelchair. I know when she was really young, she had like crutches or leg braces or whatever. So, my mom didn't get a whole lot of attention because her dad, my papa, was always consumed with taking care of her mom, and so she rebelled a lot. And she would run away, and she would sneak out and meet up with boys and just be a naughty girl. So she was sent to a foster home at one point. I don't really know the logistics of how or why, or I mean, I guess it's pretty obvious why. But anyway, and I don't think she stayed there forever. But anyway, the foster home she was sent to was with a lady named Ray Tuzo, and her husband Victor. And they developed a pretty good relationship. And this is my understanding, or things that I've been told from my grandparents or from my mom. So this information is accurate to just what I've been told. And so anyway, they developed, my mom and Ray, a pretty strong relationship. So by the time I was born, my mom asked her and her husband at the time, Victor, to be my godparents. And of course they agreed. So, and my dad, he's one of, I don't know, like 6 kids or something like that, something crazy. I think they were a farming family. And I know that my dad, there's a history of mental illness and developmental delays there. He has a lot of kind of mental delay stuff going on, and I've never really known like a diagnosis there, but he just doesn't function cognitively at the same level as the rest of us, and that kind of runs around in the whole family. My grandma, however, his mom was quite a lady. She was a Spitfire, and I spent a lot of time with her growing up, and I loved her to pieces. I love my Nana and Papa too, don't get me wrong, I spent a lot of time there as well. Uh, so I know my dad's dad, I never got to meet him, he died before I was born, and it was pretty horrific from what my dad told me. Not sure if it was like a stroke or what, or heart attack, but it was pretty horrific and was described to me in great detail. And so my dad watched him die, and that was pretty traumatic. for him. So, I mean, other than that, I don't really, I mean, obviously they grew up in kind of poverty. Um, you know, very, um, I don't know, I don't know the word I'm looking for. Anyway, they grew up much differently than today, and not just because of the time frame that they lived. So they met, like I said, I think my mom was maybe 16, if not, she was young. And other than that, I don't really know like the course of their relationship around that time. I know they got married when my mom was pregnant with me, and I saw pictures. Um, and then I was born on December 17th, 1987, in St. Johnsbury. And I mean, I guess it was a happy baby. I don't really know. The pictures say it was a happy baby. Uh, I know that my parents' relationship was pretty volatile, and I don't know if that was if it was that way before I was born as well, or just after. But I know there was a lot of domestic violence, and uh, you know, I remember some of that from when I was young. Uh, I do, even after they were divorced, my dad was still violent towards, his other girlfriends he had after that. So there was definitely a lot of that in my childhood. Um, I don't know. I mean, I have some early memories of my childhood. A lot of it has come from pictures. Um, I do remember one Christmas coming out of my room, and I had the coolest kitchen set in the world, play kitchen, and I have this picture of myself standing in my doorway looking at it under the Christmas tree, like, so that was pretty cool. I was the cool kid in the neighborhood with that cool new kitchen set. Um, I remember spending a lot of time with my Nana and Papa, spending a lot of time with my cousins, um, the neighbor kids, it was a really simple time those days, riding bikes and fishing with my dad. I loved going fishing with my dad, uh, going for ice cream. Um, I know there was always TGIF every Friday night, and that was like a TV like chunk of time where they had like 4 or 5 shows back to back that like everyone, I swear everyone in the state like sat down and watched with their family, and that was like the dinosaurs. I think that's what it was called. And Step by Step and Steve Urkel. So I remember, watching those with my family or like going to my best friend's house. I was an only child, so I did a lot to keep myself busy. But I also spent a lot of time saying, I'm bored, I'm bored. But whatever. My dad worked some odd jobs, logging with his family. I don't really know what else he did. I don't remember him doing much. My mom, all I remember when I was really young was her working at McDonald's. Because my dad, we lived in like downtown St. Johnsbury. Uh, and I think it was like every morning, or maybe it was like every Saturday, I don't remember. Regardless, my dad would walk me down over the big Portland Street Bridge in St. Johnsbury, all the way over to McDonald's, and I got free breakfast because my mom worked there, so I thought I was super cool. Uh, anyway, and then we spent the day together until my mom got done work, and that was that. Fast forwarding a little bit, I think I was 4 or 5. No, I must have been 5 because I know I went off to kindergarten when my parents are still together. So it must have been like 5 or 6. And My mom, I remember in the evenings, my mom used to go for walks after dinner, and I would beg her and beg her and beg her, like, can I go with you? Can I please go take a walk with you, Mommy? I really want to walk with you. And she always said no. And a lot of times she got super mad and was like yelling at me, no! I said no. And I'd probably get a smack on the butt. I got the belt a few times as well. And she never let me go. And so I'd stay home with my dad, and eventually, I don't remember how late she was out, so I don't really remember who tucked me in and got me to bed and whatever, but she would come back and life would go on, and this went on for months. And then one night, my cousin Terry was over, and this was my dad's nephew. And I was, sitting at the table with them, and I don't remember really like the conversation, but I know they were talking about my mom and what she was doing. And she came home, and my dad took off his wedding ring and threw it at her and called her a lot of names and yelled and screamed, probably pushed her. It got physical, uh, and basically told her to get out. And it turns out she had been cheating on him. So her walks had been downtown to the local Dunkin' Donuts parking lot where she was meeting a truck driver and sleeping with him. So we left. This was not like the middle of the night, but it was, later than a 5 or 6 year old should be up. And it was cold. So she bundled me up and we left. We walked across that long Portland Street Bridge, and she called her truck driver boyfriend, Kai, to come and get us, and he took us to his apartment, which was just up the road. And that was that. They were done. They divorced. I had weekend visitation with my dad, and we lived with Richard. I don't remember his Hall. Richard Hall. Uh, yeah. And I feel like that was wicked short lived. We lived there, and then I think my mom got her own apartment in the building next door, in the same building, just on the bottom floor. And then that's when things changed a great deal. And little did I know just how much it would change the rest of my life after her relationship ended with Richard, the truck driver. The next relationship she had would severely affect my entire life, even to this day. So, I'm going to stop there. The suspense must be killing you. Subscribe, follow, share, tell all your friends. Again, I'm not that cool. This is probably really boring, but it's going to get super interesting. I promise I won't wait too long to post. It's going to get interesting. It's going to get, again, hard to hear. A little difficult, I think, for all of us, even me. But it's going to be pretty darn inspirational and inspiring, which is the same as inspirational. What's another good word? It's just going to be wicked neat to kind of see the trajectory that my life took compared to the path it could have taken and the path that statistics say it should have taken. So, that is that. Subscribe, follow, share, like, comment, do whatever. Just do something. Bye.